Can you commit to constant and never-ending improvements? Can you commit to constant and never-ending improvements? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone viewing this hangout. My name is Sharon Sutherland. I'm so glad to be here with you today. First, I would like to give an honor to our Lord and Savior who allowed us all to be here on this wonderful day so that we can learn from one another, to support one another in our businesses, to mastermind with one another so that we can better understand the processes we need to go through in order to have a successful business. Today on my panel, I have Diane Klein, Jody Malley, Eugenia Meridia. I think I'm pronouncing your name correct. I'm sorry if I'm not.
Marine.
Marine, I'm sorry. Rachel Kelly. Now, I would like for each one of the ladies to say a little something about themselves, please. Starting with Miss Diane.
Can you hear me okay, Sharon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'm Diane Klein. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm a stay-home mom, and what I do is I work online to help empower other people, especially moms and women who need to get out there and get confidence and to start their own business if that's their desire. If not, just to have an amazing life.
Thank you, Miss Diane. Jody. Okay, Jody can't unmute for some reason.
Oh, there I
Oh, there
am.
you go.
I was trying to roll it around. My name is Jody Maley. I live in Canada as well, in BC, in a little town called Quesnel. And I have 6 kids, 2 stepsons, 2 my own, and then we had 2 here together. So, and I'm very passionate about helping business women stop jumping from business to business and not making any money in what they're doing. And then when they join a new business, they just keep kind of on that same path. So my passion is to help stop that and just help them get money from where they're at.
Thank you very much, lady. And Eugenia?
Hello, ladies. Good morning. I am from Bolivia, South America, and I've been living here in Reno, Nevada. And I am here with this amazing panel of ladies with the goal of helping and empowering other moms. I am a stay-home mom, and I want to help as many people, as many women, as many moms and dads who take care of their kids and want to have another opportunity to be with them.
Thank you very much. Miss Rachel?
Hello, my name is Rachel Kelly, and I am also a stay-at-home mom. I'm married with 3 children. My youngest son has Down syndrome. A little bit about what I'm here for, and my passion is to help people that face fear to overcome that fear and to empower them to pursue their dreams, pursue the things that were placed in their heart as a child, and for whatever reason it was blocked along the way in life. So my passion and my purpose is to be able to empower people to do that, and particularly families with special needs. We have children, and then what happens is when we get so consumed with our children, we put our dream aside and we kind of don't go for it. So that's basically a little bit about me.
Well, thank you very much, panel, for introducing yourselves and letting us know a little bit about what you do. Today we're going to talk about, can you commit to constant, never-ending improvements? We have an intimate desire to endlessly learn, grow, and develop. We want to become more than what we already are. Once we yield to this inclination for continuous and never-ending improvement, we lead a life of endless accomplishment and satisfaction. Chuck Gonzalez. What type of people are constantly improving themselves? Achievers. Whether it's in business, sport, or the arts are committed to continual improvement. If you want to be more successful, you need to learn to ask yourself, how can I make this better? How can I do it more efficiently? How can I do it more profitably? How can we do this with greater love? Every month, new technology is coming out, and we need to find a way to change and adapt. And in order to do that, we must improve ourselves so that we can strive and keep up with life and technology. Sometimes it's difficult for you to thrive as successful people do, so you must take a little more delicate approach. And today we are reading from Masterminding from Jack Canfield's Success Principle, and today we are on Principle 20. Um, and here are some of the reasons that you can ensure that your commitment to constant and never-ending improvements are achieved. And number one, take small baby steps. When you are in the beginning stages of making changes to improve your skills, change your behavior, or improve your family life, grow your business, you must start with baby steps. In the beginning, you're real excited about the ideas you have to make changes in your life. But if you take giant steps, you become overwhelmed and you might give up. So begin small so that you can master it. And guess what? It will reinforce your belief that you can easily improve. Anyone want to talk about taking baby steps?
What's the saying? You can eat an elephant just one bite at a time.
Yeah.
I think that's probably accurate right here. You know, so many people join a business or they decide to do something in their life or in their personal life, whether it has to do with finances or spiritual or health, and they make a big elephant for themselves. And then when they get down to it, you know, that elephant just seems like a too hard, too hard of a task because it, you know, it's pretty big.
Mhm.
And then they give up because they take a couple of bites into the elephant, and that's the tendency, is just to give up instead of just taking little steps at a time and bite size. You know, break it down, your goal or your dream or your vision, break it down into small pieces and be consistent with that.
Exactly, Jody. Exactly. So if you want to build your confidence, know that you can achieve whatever goals and dreams you have out there. Take small steps. When you try to grab the whole elephant, as Jody said, and bite it all at once, you're going to become overwhelmed and you're going to want to give up. And giving up is not an option. So you need to make sure that you are taking the baby steps and you're taking the time to implement and ask yourself the different questions about how do I get from point A to point Z. And some of the questions to ask yourself are, how can I make this better? How can I do it more efficiently? How can I do this more profitably? And how can I do this with greater love? And then on number two, decide what area of your life you're going to improve. In your business, you want to improve the quality of the product and the services you are providing your customer. You may want to implement and improve your customer service program. You might decide that my marketing and advertising plan needs updating. Some other areas you may want to improve are your computer skills, your typing skills, and your negotiating skills. At home, you may want a better relationship with your spouse, your children, parents, family members, and friends. Whatever areas you want to improve, You must think about what steps am I going to take to accomplish these improvements. Now, some of the things you might do is you might want to go to college, to a local college, to take classes on how to improve your negotiating skills, how to get better at typing. They become more knowledgeable about the computer to help you develop a awesome marketing and advertising plan to get your business known out there for the products and the services you are implementing or you want to improve on. And then there might be also some classes at the local college you can take to help you build your relationship with your children, your spouse, psychological classes, anything that helped you improve yourself overall. You can take it at your local colleges, and then you could volunteer in your local community to learn about different services that are offered in the community free. All it's going to require is some time and commitment. So, whatever you decide, you must be constant and never ending improvements. You must keep focused. And these are some questions you need to ask yourself. How can I or we improve today? What can I or we do better than before? And where can I or we learn a new skill or develop a new competency? If you ask these questions, you will embark on a lifelong journey of improvements that will ensure your success. Any comments on deciding what areas of your life you're going to improve?
Wow, Sharon, I'd like to step out for 2 seconds. I will comment on that, but first I wanted to touch on what Jody had said about taking the elephant one bite at a time. It's so true, but what I wanted to say to viewers out there is try not to gauge yourself like others. I've just been learning that the last few months as our leaders are doing our training calls, and I forget who was doing the training call. One of the leaders was having a talk, and she was saying, you're not going to be like me, so you have to figure out where you're at. So don't be discouraged if you don't keep up with the leaders because you don't know what they went through to get where they're at. So always remember, as you go through your improvement stages, go gauge yourself by yourself. Be in competition with yourself and improve yourself all the time. But if you start comparing yourself with leaders and with others that are ahead of you, you could get discouraged. And this is so fitting for me, Sharon, because this is totally where I'm at right now. I've actually had a list up here. Okay, where in the areas do I need improvement as a mom, as a wife and spouse, as in my business, as a leader? Where do I need improvements? So what I'm doing is I'm actually making a schedule of the week, and I'm making out goals. Okay, for next week, what do I want to improve in this area? What do I want to improve in this area? And where do I want to go with my business? And then from there, I'm just actually going to break it down even more. And I got that from the book of the 7 Habits that I'm reading right now. And it's awesome, everybody out there, if you keep improving yourself also by reading. Because no matter what book you read, you'll always get something from that book. Back to you, Sharon.
Absolutely, Di. Absolutely. So, you it has to be something that you are committed to and something that you really want to do, and you have to stay focused. There's no way to get to where you want to be if you are not focused and persistent and believe that you can achieve.
Hey, Sharon, I want to jump out for a minute and kind of piggyback on what everyone else has said. One of the things that, when I think about is I think about life. Sometimes life gets so overwhelming where people actually stop, they stop moving forward. They stop committing to learning and to doing. And because everything seems like it is just so much, they become frozen. So they do absolutely anything. And, back to in the beginning of the Hangout when we were talking about baby steps, there's 2 tips that I want to give that I have found to be very powerful for me, and I believe it will do the same for those who are listening in. And that is that one, in your business, if you come on, if you have a home business, because we're talking about entrepreneurship, so we're going to start there. In your business, if you are learning something new, take baby steps. A lot of times we'll come out here, we'll hear about, YouTube marketing, Facebook marketing, article marketing, and all of it becomes overwhelming. And so because it's so overwhelming, instead of taking action, we just sit there and we're frozen and we do absolutely nothing. So my first suggestion is to take a baby step, learn one marketing skill, get really good at it, and then add another one to it instead of trying to learn 10 marketing skills and do absolutely nothing and see no results. And then next thing you do is you say, this doesn't work, I quit. That's one thing. In your home, if your home is a mess, this has been the most powerful technique that I have learned. And that is a lady by the name of Fly Lady. I don't know if you all listen to her or ever seen her or not, but this woman had such an impact in my life. One of the things she teaches is to go shine your sink first. That is a baby step, and it may seem so simple, but it's so powerful because when you get up in the morning, your sink is clean. It gives you an opportunity to say, okay, this is here now. What's the next baby step? And what she teaches is, you start in one room. Maybe your whole house is messed up. Start in just one room and begin to declutter that room. And if it's 15 minutes a day, you don't have to do it all day. So set you a timer for 15 minutes and zoom, just, go through the room, declutter it. And then next time you come back to that zone, because you have so many zones in your house, eventually when you come back to that zone, the clutter won't be there. Now you can go into a deeper part of cleaning that room. So, and why do I talk about this? Because they're interchangeable. If your clutter is in your life, it's going to affect your business. It's going to affect the steps that you need to take in order to move forward in your business. So even though it's like, Rachel, your house, why are we talking about your house? It's a big impact on your business and your life. Back to you, Sharon.
Absolutely, Rachel. I find that if the house is not clean and neat or whatever, I don't feel like working or being sitting down here doing my crafts when my house needs to be clean. So that's a hard thing for me to do because I like everything neat and in order. And so in order to do that, sometimes you got to, like Rachel say, take one room at a time. Take little baby steps and finish one area or perfect one craft or skill before you pick up something new. And then once you pick up on the new skill or whatever, you just add it on to it instead of learning something new all the time. Perfect one, add on to it, build the new old skill, and add on to the new skill that you're working. And by the end of it, man, look at the knowledge and wisdom and everything that you can use to help other people get to where they want to be, and at the same time helping yourself to grow as well. Anyone else? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am, we can.
I just wanted to compliment, like in my case, I'm a single mom, and I don't have very many, a lot of support with my kids, so I'm always running here, running there, and that was my case, that I was feeling so overwhelmed with all these other things. So I started and helped just by writing all my goals and all my activities per day and doing little steps. Once I know about these, now I feel confident that I know about this little step, I move forward to this other step. And the best and one thing that I would suggest to everyone that is on my boat, that you feel a little bit stressed out and overwhelmed with all the things that you have to accomplish, is to, after every single little step that you take, compliment yourself. And that's very powerful, so that your self-esteem is always up, and you will feel like, okay, I got it, this one now, move on to the next one. And little by little, you will get there. Just be perseverant, take your time to compliment yourself, cherish yourself, and move on. Thank you, Sharon. Back with you.
Absolutely. Wow, I like that, Eugenia. That was awesome. An exercise that we did not that long ago, where you stand in front of a mirror and you talk to yourself. Like like you're talking to an individual, but you see yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, hey, I am healthy. I am going to achieve my goals. I am, whatever you are trying to accomplish, tell it to yourself in the mirror. And then, now, if the mirror answered back to you now, I would run. but but yeah, that's very powerful because that's something that I had practiced and I found out that is very, very helpful. Talking to yourself, reinforcing what you have learned and what you are doing, and talking to yourself in the mirror is very powerful. Thank you, ladies, very, very much. Anyone else? Okay. Now, step number 3 is, this is one that a lot of people like to do. They want to skip steps. But one of life realities is that major improvements take time and they don't happen overnight. Everybody wants overnight success, but it's not possible. But because so many of today's products and services promises overnight perfection, we come to expect instant gratification. And that's when the mindset come in that, hey, this is not going to happen. I need to learn this new skill, or I need to understand how this product or services is going to work and how I can use it to grow my business or to improve my life. So, it's not going to happen overnight. You need to take time to understand each step or your path that you need to take to get to where you want to be. However, if you make a commitment to learning something new every single day, getting just a little bit better every day, then eventually over time, you will reach your goal. So, you have to become a master of it. And how do you become a master? You have to practice, 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 practice. Can't stress that enough. You can't get around learning a new skill. And the only way to acquire this new skill or to become a master or an expert at it is you have to practice it. You have to hone on your skills to constantly use and refine them. And it takes years to have the depth and breadth of experience that produce expertise, insight, and wisdom. And that's why the 30-30 formula, I believe, is so powerful, because you take 30 minutes every day to read a book. You take 30 minutes every afternoon to listen to audio. And then you do this for 30 days. And then what you do, you rinse and repeat. So every book you read, every class you take, every experience you have is another building block in your career and in your life. So don't take shortcuts. Don't try to find workarounds. Go down the path the correct way, and then you will become very knowledgeable in all of the tasks that you undertake. Any comments, anyone?
Sure, I'll make a comment on that. You know, choosing what you're really good at and something that you want to improve at, I should say, is choosing something you're really good at. So, don't take on something that you wish to improve. And sorry, it's a little bit loud in here because my kids are watching a movie. But you want to choose something that's authentic with you and improve on that, So my youngest daughter is a artist, so we encourage her, do art stuff. We buy her paints, we buy her papers, we buy her different kinds of pencils. And, as she grows and develops that skill will always get better. And my youngest son loves math. Like, he lives, breathes math, and he's pretty good at it. And so we encourage him in that way. his art, he does stick figures. So, artist, being an artist isn't his forte, but it's definitely our daughter's. And you have to do the same thing with yourself. If you want to improve on an area, don't choose something that it feels like you're brushing against the grain, okay? And that means, when you have sandpaper on sandpaper and you're just going to rub it the wrong way. And you just need to choose something that feels authentic to you, and then improve on that area and keep improving.
Absolutely, Jody. Absolutely. Anyone else?
Yes, Sharon, I'd like to comment on that. Yesterday we were talking about being a starter or a finisher. So this kind of ties in with me here with this conversation is because they're talking here about not skipping a step. So for me, it kind of like the whole picture. If you see the whole picture, the business that we're in, if we'd start stuff and not finish it, like if we'd process and list our stuff on eBay and then not send out the items, how long would we be in business? Like we wouldn't really have a business because you know what? It wouldn't be a business. We would not be satisfying our customers. So it's very important to know that you can't skip the steps because it's all part of the process. Now, the idea is to stay with the process and not to give up. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fall. Just get back up and keep going. Back to you.
Absolutely. Never ever give up. Anyone else? Okay.
Here.
Now, yes, there.
Okay, I wanted to come out and just share the power of always continuing to learn, always continuing to feed this mind and this body of yours. There is a lot of power in continuing learning things, a lot of power. Yesterday, I think I shared with you yesterday, I had an opportunity to sit down with a friend, and some things that he shared with me just empowered me more. So I think that also what we need to do is get to the point where, if you look at the close to the end of your day and you notice that you have not learned anything new, to make sure you are picking up a book or turning on an audio, something to feed your mind and to feed you to help you to continue to grow. That is such a powerful part of life. If you're in a stale state, then you can't grow. You can't reach your dreams. You can't go forward in your life. It is all about going forward. I cannot even imagine if my life was the same every single day. That would drive me literally nuts. It's so important that you are learning something new every day. You don't have to be in college. You don't have to go spend $18,000 a year for a college education in order to be learning something new. You can go to the library. You can go on Amazon, and there's Kindle books out there. Some of them are free. Some of them are 99 cents. Some of them are $15. But I mean, it's worth the investment because the more that you pour into yourself, the more valuable you become to the marketplace. So make sure that you're always learning something. If you got to the end of the day and you have not gained, and it could actually be, to be honest with you, it could be sitting down with someone else and hearing from them. It's not good if you are the smartest person in your circle. There should be someone more smarter than you that you can gain knowledge from. So those are some other tips that, as far as being committed to the process of ever always growing, those are just some other tips that I wanted to add to there. Thank you, Sharon.
You're welcome. Wow, Rachel, that was good. I was taking notes because Rachel said there's power in learning. And it's something to feed your mind and to keep you going forward. Learn something new every day by going to the library, Amazon, reading, downloading books to your Kindle, etc. The more you pour into yourself, the better you will be as it relates to your skill and knowledge. Thank you, Rachel. That was powerful. See, I took notes. I was trying to copy it word for word, but you were going too fast, so I was too slow one. Okay. Now, the last section that we're going to talk about today is the margin of greatness. In the sport of professional baseball, more respectable players bat an average of .250 or hit one um, every 4 times they come to bat. So if a .250 batter is a good bat fielder, he can expect to do well in the majors. But anyone who hits a .300 or 3 hits for every 10 times he comes to bat is considered a star. And there's not a big difference between the two scores, but as it relates to your batting average, it is greatness. So it only takes a little extra bit of performance to go from good to great. As we are coming to a close today for our hangout, do anyone have any closing remarks or anything they would like to say?
I would, Rachel. As Sharon, as Rachel said, to read and nurture our spirits, our mind on a daily basis. I think it's very important that we share that with our kids and teach them that every single day that they learn something, it's something for their own benefit, and we have to make, and I am going to make the effort to help my daughters read all these other type of reading that nurtures their spirit. I think that's a good thing for us to do, and I think that will help our kids to be raised with different values, with stronger values and principles in their lives. Thank you, Sharon.
That's okay. I don't mind being called my sister Rachel. Do anyone else have any closing comments they would like to make? Okay. Well, what I would like to say in closing is please connect with the person that invited you today to this hangout so that you can start your journey to financial freedom. Everyone wants financial abundance, a comfortable home, meaningful work they enjoy, good health, time to do the things they love, nurturing relationships with their family and friends, and an opportunity to make a difference in the world. Today, commit to constant and never ending improvements to improve the quality of your life. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel called The Fearless Online Entrepreneurs so that you can stay up to date with our team. Thanks for taking the time to read and watch our blog, thefearlessonlineentrepreneurs.com, or a dedicated group of dedicated entrepreneurs here to serve you. We help excuse me, we help making the world. We hope that we are making a difference in the world with our online training more simple, and our goal is to provide hope and inspiration to all the beautiful ladies, gentlemen of the world. Thank you for joining us today, and we will be back on Monday afternoon at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Goodbye for now. We'll see you on Monday.